The show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Joe Rogan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I fucking love this town. Thank you very much. This place is the shit. Not all towns are created equal, ladies and gentlemen. Not all towns are created equal. You guys got a lot of good shit going on here. First of all, you have winter. You don't think winter's good, but winter's good. Winter's important. It builds character. We don't have winter in LA, therefore we have some ridiculous douchebags that are not aware of nature. I think it's important to hit a little black ice every now and then in your life. They're like, whoa, nothing makes sense. It's important to shovel fucking snow. It's important. In LA, the worst thing we have to do is press a button. Oh my God, it's so hot. There's no character building there. It gets cold as fuck here. I think that's important. I grew up in Boston. A little too cold, but lessons to be learned. Like, I was delivering newspapers, one of my jobs, and every morning I used to get up. I worked 365 days a year, and I saw some shit. And I saw how different people handled different situations. And I'll never forget this one dude. I was 19 years old. I was driving this car. It was snowy as fuck, and this dude lost control of his car, and he's sliding through an intersection. And in the middle of the slide, he took a sip of coffee. Straightened the ass end of his car out and got up on his merry way. He didn't fucking pull over and call a psychiatrist and run to the pharmacist, throw back a bottle of pills. He fucking dealt with it like a man who shovels snow, a man who's not scared. You can get too cold, though. This is as cold as you can get. You shouldn't get too crazy. I've been to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Nice folks up there, really cool people. But it gets ridiculously cold. Whenever I go to Canada, I always go, how cold does it get up here? The guy goes, 50 below zero. I go, is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? He goes, it doesn't matter. What the fuck, man? This is not the best spot to stop. You should keep going. You should pack up your fucking teepee and hit the road, son. This is a ridiculous place to be. You know about Colorado? Do you know about it? It's cold there too, and they have legal weed. That's the way to do it. First state to step up. First state to say enough is this fucking baby nonsense. Treat me like a child, telling me I can't have weed. First of all, everybody who tells you you can't have weed, they all should get on weed. Every single one of those motherfuckers, they're the people who need weed more than anybody. The people that are trying to stop weed. Everybody says you're wasting your life. Oh, you're gonna get paranoid. You getting paranoid? That's the best part. Everybody's afraid of that. Everybody's afraid of getting paranoid. I think it's a good idea to be paranoid now and again, because I think people are entirely too cocky for the situation that we're confronted with. What this life actually is, we're on a fucking giant ball that's spinning in space, and nobody talks about it. It's going 1,000 miles an hour, floating in the sky. Above us is a giant fireball, 1,000,000 times bigger than the Earth, and you need it for vitamin D. If you stare at it, you'll go blind. It's trying to give you cancer, and if it's not there, you get sad. You're not freaking out? You're not freaking out. Are you sure? You're not paying attention. You're fucking putting blinders on, bitch. If you're paying attention, you should be freaking out all the fucking time. We're spinning in infinity, and it doesn't come up. What's infinity? That's the weird one. What's infinity? It means it's so big you can't measure it. No, it's crazier than that. It does mean that, but you know what that really means? That means infinity is so big that everything that has ever happened on Earth in the exact same order, down to that pause, has happened an infinite number of times all throughout the universe. everywhere in space, there is a you making the same colossal fucking errors that you've made your entire life. So if anybody ever tells you could do better, man, go, apparently not. Because that's infinity. And if that doesn't freak you out, man, you need to eat a pot cookie and get on a fucking airplane, because you're entirely too cocky. You're entirely too cocky. You want to shit your pants? Pot cookie airplane. That's a religious experience. It's available for everyone. Why is it illegal? Pharmaceutical companies are the big one. They don't want you to have weed, because if you had weed, you wouldn't need to buy a lot of their shit. If you had weed, you wouldn't need sleeping pills. Smoke pot, jerk off, and try to stay awake. Seriously. If you can smoke pot, jerk off, and stay awake, you should be a Navy SEAL. Should be fighting for freedom. Me, I have a goal when I smoke pot and jerk off. It's to stay awake long enough to remember to let go of my dick. I never got there yet. I got close a couple times. I'm like, tonight's the night. Wake up later. Oh, man. Fuck. That's the feeling every guy has after masturbating. It's always like, okay. You know, you have this thing in the back of your head, like, I thought I was done with that. I thought it was over. Here we go. Okay. All right. It's never like, yeah, did that shit, son. No, it's always like, ugh. It gets more embarrassing as you get older, too. I'm a grown man now. I'm an adult. I have children. I have a wife. So I have to lock the door when I beat off. And it's the only time I ever lock the door, so I always get busted. Why is this door locked? First of all, I'm a bad actor already. But if you thought I sucked on Zookeeper, you should see how bad I am when I get caught with a locked door. Because, why is this door locked? What? The fucking door's locked? And if she looks like she's gonna ask me a question, I just run. Trying to find the guy who locked the door. I'll be right back. Sad. Sad knowing that you're gonna do it again. Just like, I'm never gonna fucking rise above. But it's only sad because I live with a wife and kids. If I was alone, I wouldn't give a fuck about jerking off. It'd be fine and dandy. That's why hotel rooms are amazing for men. That's the only time a man can truly jerk off in peace. You know where, there's the door, there's the bed, there's nothing else here. All right, we're good. So when a man jerks off in a hotel room, he has two options, two things to consider. Clean up or fuck it. And I always go with fuck it. The moment my load hits my chest, I do a quick gator roll in the sheets. I find a dry spot and I'm out. I'm often astonished at how easy it is for me to fall asleep while I'm covered in my own cum. It doesn't seem to be an issue at all. Why? Well, because it's organic, it's gluten-free, it's locally sourced, it's handcrafted. It's my cum. My cum doesn't bother me. Other people's cum bothers me a lot. That's what I was thinking. Like, that would be a great game show. Another guy comes on you, and you got an hour to go to sleep. If you can fall asleep in 1 hour, you win $1 billion. You know how hard it is to fall asleep if you have an hour anyway. You know, if you're like, I'm gonna go to bed right now, I go to bed right now, I get an hour sleep. Just right now, 59 minutes. Okay, right now I get 59 minutes, 58 minutes. So I go to bed right now. Can you imagine how hard it would be to fall asleep if you're strapped to a table like a mental patient and they wheel you to the center of a big basketball arena? Everybody's got balloons like you're trying to shoot a free throw, and a dude comes out who looks like Tank Abbott. He's got a giant purple dick and a leather vest on. He's going knuckles up on you, spitting on you. He can't come, so he starts fingering his butt. These are the kind of things I think of when they ask me to bring back Fear Factor. I go, no, but I'm on some next level shit. What I said at the beginning of the show is 100% true. Denver's a fucking awesome town. This is an awesome state. This is the best part of the state. It's like Boulder's just a little too crunchy. Just ooh, yeah, man, there's a few too many fucking Birkenstock wearing, wooden bead holding shitheads. A few too many people said Satnam. Oh, did you say Satnam, you fucker? Namaste. Oh, namaste, yeah. That's in your vernacular, you fucking fraud. You want to go to find dudes, homeless dudes with fucking signs. That's the world capital. So they don't let them freeze. They bring them in. What do you want to do? Listen, man, there's a reason. There's a reason why we got this far. We got this far because of competition. I know it's not good to compete, and it's also good to embrace each other in our community and help each other out. But there's also like certain ones that have to die off, you know? It's like my main argument with zoos. I have a problem with the zoo, and there's a bunch of problems with the zoo. But the main one is that in the zoo, the animals are allowed to be by themselves, which never happens in the wild. You know, like how are the monkeys gonna learn to juke and to zig and zag and get away from jaguars if they're alone by themselves? They're not. The monkeys that live in the zoo are weak bitches, okay? And what they need to do with the zoo is let everybody live together. They'll keep fucking if you keep giving them food. Let them live together. What happens when they die? Get new ones, bring them in. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And the zoo's not bad for all animals. I think it's bad for smart animals. Like, I'm totally opposed to SeaWorld. I think that dolphins should never be in captivity. I think it's ridiculous. But I have no problem with giraffes. You know why? Because giraffes don't seem to have a problem with it. You go to the zoo in Colorado Springs? I took my kid when she was 3, and they let her feed a fucking giraffe. She's a baby. They're so confident in the way giraffes behave. They let fucking babies feed them. She's reaching out, holding this piece of lettuce, and this giant fucking avatar-looking thing wanders over with a head bigger than my torso and reaches out this alien tongue and grabs the lettuce, and my daughter's giggling and everybody's smiling. All these fucking white people are so happy. That's how easy giraffes have it. The giraffes don't look bummed out. You go to the monkey cage, they look like they're freaking out. I mean, yeah. You go see the giraffes, they're like, another day with no lions. They got no problem with the zoo, man. They're like, this is way better than the wild. If you came up to a wild giraffe and say, listen, I got a deal for you, man. Here's a deal. I'm gonna give you free food for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about starving to death. No predators whatsoever, but you can't walk as far. They were like, oh, okay, shit. But you're gonna be trapped. Oh, okay. I lie a lot on stage. I wanna point that out. This is a very important part of my act. If I say some shit and you're like, I don't agree with that, guess what? I don't agree with it either, all right? There's a lot of things I say I don't really mean. I'll tell you the truth, but if a lie's funnier than the truth, I go with that. You know why? Because it's a fucking comedy show, all right? And that's what we're doing. Like, if it wasn't comedy, if it wasn't understood that I was joking around, most of my act would be a goddamn hate rally, all right? What kind of psychos would you be for agreeing with me? You know it's a joke. But there's a thing going on in America where a lot of people like to get angry at jokes. And they like to pretend that a joke, when taken out of context, it can look pretty bad. You take some of the things that I've said, you take them and you put them on a piece of paper, and you print them on a blog, and it looks awful. Like, here's a perfect example. Tracy Morgan got in trouble because he said if his son was gay, he would stab him. Pretty fucked up, right? However, on the same show, he also said he would eat a mile of shit to get to Beyonce's booty. Does anybody see a pattern? You know, Bob Marley never really shot the sheriff. He was just fucking around. People make shit up. Yeah, there's a whole art form to making shit up. Pretending you mean one thing when everybody knows you're kidding. Yeah, that's what's going on. So I just want to tell you, I will lie to you, for sure. If I say something fucked up, most likely I don't agree with it either. And here's what I won't do. I won't say I'm gonna tell you the truth and then lie. But I might. Why? Because it's a fucking comedy show. It's ridiculous you even have to bring this up, but you do. I will tell you some true things. Here's something that's true. My wife is tired of having sex with me. Just telling you. I'm not trying to pull your heartstrings, not trying to get your sympathy. Just letting you into my world. She's awesome. Don't get me wrong. She's my favorite person, and it's not like she doesn't say yes. It's just not her idea. It's never her idea. But she never says no. Because if she did, I'd rape her. See how it works? That's not true. Get it? That's a joke. God damn it. Why is everybody laughing if it's not a joke? It's a fucking, you know it's a joke. Don't write that down somewhere. I wouldn't rape my wife. The worst I would do is hold her down and titty fuck her butt cheeks. She's my favorite person. And I bought her a car. Okay. I'm just kidding. I leased her a car. I say shit I don't mean. When I was young, the first time a girl hit me was the last time I told the truth. We have these ideas of what a man is and what a woman is. And when I was young, I was dating this girl who was smarter than me, which is a bad thing to do. It just hardly ever works out. You wind up being the bitch. It's just what it is. And first of all, everybody was smarter than me when I was 20. I was so fucking dumb, I should have had to write down everything I was thinking about saying and hand it to someone smarter who would have read it and went, no, you can't fucking say that. But I was dating this girl, and it was post-coital, after sex for the non-informed, and she was like, I want to know everything about you, and I want you to know everything about me. We're gonna be together forever, so let's just be totally honest. And I was like, yeah. She goes, I want to know, what were you thinking about right before you had an orgasm? And I knew there was a trick, but I didn't know what it was. It's like I smelled a trap. But I go, you first. And she goes, I was thinking that when we make love, that it's not even like our bodies are doing it, but that like our souls just merge together and joined as one. Still want me to go? Yeah, I want to know you. Right before, I was wondering if you were drunk enough to let me put it in your butt. And then she hit me. I used to have babies, but now I have kids. It's a totally different proposition. See, when you have a baby's like the cutest puppy of all time. They're like so amazing. You look at them, they look at you, he's smiling, whoa, amazing. And then one day they start watching the way you run shit, and they're like, and they start thinking about things that you tell them to do that they don't want to do. And when they get to be about 3, that's when my daughter first spoke up. I go, come on, it's time to go to bed. She goes, why? I don't have a job. And we're just sitting there looking at each other. And I knew that this was a pivotal moment in being a parent. Because I had to figure out what kind of parent am I going to be. And I decided I'm not going to be the type of parent that just raises my voice. I'm going to treat my daughter like she's my equal. But the difference between us is that I just have more information. But I love her so much that I would only do things always that benefit her 100%. So I said, listen, you got to go to bed because your mom doesn't let me fuck her unless you're asleep. Yeah. Yeah, and you want mommy and daddy to stay together, right? Yeah. But look, daddy's gotta fuck, okay? No, I never said that. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, people. When you have kids, that's when commercials get really weird. Because you start seeing how people use kids to sell shit. Like, you know, a lot of times they selling things like diapers and tires, like they're associating the baby with a product that'll save babies. And it kind of makes sense. But there's some really weird things they use kids to sell. The weirdest one is Just for Men. I don't know if you've seen this, but Just for Men is dye for old men who want to pretend they're not dying. They put some shit in their beard. Look, I'm going back in time. It's all black again. It's a weird thing. And this commercial has a baby with a beard. Okay, it's a real commercial. If you're watching it late at night, you think it's the Tim and Eric show. You just flip channels or something. What the fuck am I looking at? It's a baby who's got a tuxedo on, and he's got a beard. It's full goatee. And right next to him is a grown woman. She is the passenger. The baby's fucking driving, okay? It's a full woman, a little tiny baby, and the baby pulls up and looks at the camera, and the narrator's like, you always wanted the biggest, baddest beard. And the baby pulls off, and the lady's like laughing. You're like, what the fuck are they selling? The baby pulls his car up to a nightclub, gets out, the bouncer looks at him, winks, and opens the velvet rope, and you're like, how often is this fucking baby partying? The baby walks in, goes to the dance floor, they all surround him, and they're all dancing with him and kissing him. And just in case you think maybe it's a little tiny dude that has a lot of money, no, he's got a bottle of milk with a nipple. It's a fucking baby. It's a baby with a beard, and he's dancing, and all these leggy girls are standing like vagina to face height, and they're kissing him, and they're laughing, and then the commercial ends. And you're like, what the fuck did I just see? What is that? And then, you know what I realized? The big message of that video, it's not the message they intended. The big message of that commercial is that there is no sexual equality when it comes to child molesting. Okay? Because the only way that commercial works is with that sex and that sex. With a young boy and a grown woman. If you tried to reverse that, if you had some old lady that puts on oil of Olay and all of a sudden, bam, she's a 2-year-old in a sundress and she goes out to the disco and a bunch of dudes with Tarzan loincloths are swinging dick inches from her and fighting for her attention and kissing her and shit, you would go to jail just for writing that down. They put you in a fucking cage. But because the chicks are hot and because he's got a beard, you're like, the kid's fine. They're hot. Look how hot they are. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Finds out about something awesome early? So it's a weird thing. Because I submit to you that there is a big goddamn difference between the grown woman and the little boy and the grown man and the little girl. There's a big goddamn difference. We wanna pretend there's not. See, look, jack it up to like 14. A grown man can molest a 14-year-old girl. A grown woman can't really molest a 14-year-old boy. She can only let him fuck her. It's not the same. I'm sorry, it's a grown man that wants to have sex with young girls, to me, is like a dog that only wants to bite people in the dick. Just shoot that fucking crazy thing. The reason why you like dogs is because most of them don't want to bite your dick. That's how they made it to 2014. If all dogs bit your dick, we would have fucking killed those bitches off a long time ago. So when a dog does do that, you want to kill it. And that's what you're supposed to do to men who fuck kids. Yeah. It seems so obvious. What are you going to do? You're going to put them in jail and fix them? Oh, that works. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Not only does it not work, when they get out, they're not going to have any friends. What kind of life is that? There's certain shit people don't forget. No one's ever said, yo, I know this one dude, he used to fuck kids. But now he's cool. No, there's certain things we don't let you get away with in this life. You can't bounce back from fucking kids. You can go to rehab, you know, you can get a DUI, you can hit a tree. You can't fuck kids. Unless you're a teacher that's a woman, and then I don't really see the big deal. I don't. I know, I'm supposed to pretend. When you're at home watching some crazy bitch from Little Rock, Arkansas that blows a fuse and sucks every dick in her 9th grade class, what do? You go, where was his hooker when I was in school? What the fuck, man? That's thought number one. Thought number two is which one of those pussies told his mom? That fucking little kid with the tie. Oh, it's definitely him. Oh, you have a tie on? How dare you, you little fuck. Imagine if it's your boy, the disappointment. Get in the car, dude. Come on, just get in the fucking car. You don't love her, man. You're 14. Put your fucking seatbelt on. Listen. Here's what's going on. You met a freak, all right? You might meet 4 freaks your whole life. You found one when you're 14. Come on, 7. That's what happened. You got lucky. We're gonna be laughing about this shit later. If I had a point, I don't have a point. But if I did have a point, it would be that the age of consent should be different for men than it is for women. All right? For girls, 18 years is plenty young. For dudes, 6. 5 if he can read. He's a smart kid, he plays chess or something. These are jokes, folks. I don't mean a fucking word I'm saying. I just want to point out that no kids were blown during the making of any of my material. This is all guilt-free child blowjob humor. That's how I got it set up. I'm not a typical parent. I went looking for Bigfoot. Okay? How many kids could say their dad went looking for Bigfoot? That was one of the dumbest things I've ever done, but I learned a lot. I was doing this sci-fi show called Joe Rogan Questions Everything, and part of it was we would go looking for shit that's not real. I went earnestly. When I went on as earnest as you can get while being high as fuck and hanging out with Duncan Trussell. So it's like, we were fairly serious about the endeavor. But a couple days in, we were looking at each other like, I don't know about this. You know. Here's what you don't find when you go looking for Bigfoot. Black people. In fact, you are more likely to find Bigfoot than you are black folks out looking for Bigfoot. No, when you go looking for Bigfoot, all you find is unfuckable white dudes out camping. It's one of the strangest things ever. You're going, I see a pattern here. There's something going on. Nice people, nice folks. Just no one that anybody wants to fuck, and they look kind of beaten down by life, where they're just kind of giving in. I think that's what happens with white guys. I think white guys can only take a certain amount of rejection before they put on Velcro shoes and go looking for aliens. I think that's what happens. I think black dudes don't ever totally give up. I think black dudes get to a certain point where they're in the hospital bed, on their deathbed, they're like, shit, you never know. White dudes, no. They stop, they go searching for shit that's not real, and it's sad. Because they're nice people. I was talking to this one dude, and he fucking saw Bigfoot everywhere. Everywhere he looked, he saw Bigfoot. He told me that one time, this is the most ridiculous story anybody's ever said. He goes, you know, Bigfoot has the ability to imitate a wide variety of animals. Have you experienced this? Without a doubt. I'll tell you this one story. You ain't gonna believe this, okay? I was walking down this road and I passed this blackberry bush and I heard this bullfrog. He's like, Brady, Brady. And I stopped and it stopped. And I keep going. It starts again. Brady. And I stop and it stopped again, okay? I get all the way home, shut my front door, and I realize that was a fucking Sasquatch. And it's just me and this dude alone in the woods looking at each other. And I'm like, probably. I mean, probably wasn't a frog. It's way more likely it was a big unknown monkey fucking with you. What can you say to a poor guy like that, man? They fucking want to believe. But there's no evidence. That's what's fucked up. There's nothing. You can't find anything. You go looking. What do you find? You find nothing. Some footprints. You could fake those. Not that hard. What else? What do you find? You got pictures? Well, there's the Patterson footage. Have you seen the Patterson footage? You can't deny the Patterson footage. Patterson footage is the holy grail of Bigfoot. If you're looking for Bigfoot, the best piece of evidence, it's the Patterson footage. And it is, without a doubt, a guy in a fucking monkey suit. I mean, it is the dumbest shit ever. It's a guy in a monkey suit. How do I know it's a guy in a monkey suit? I don't, but I'm guessing. Here's why I'm guessing it's a guy in a monkey suit. Number one, because it looks like a guy in a fucking monkey suit. And that doesn't exist in nature. There's not a single animal in all of nature you're like, that looks like a guy in a lion outfit. No, it's a lion. Lions move different. They have a different way of moving around. If you see a guy in a fucking monkey suit, it looks like a guy in a monkey suit. It's a female Bigfoot. You can tell it has breasts. Why would someone put breasts on an outfit? They like tits? I don't know, man. Doesn't mean it's Bigfoot, you fucking crazy asshole.
Well, you don't know anything about anatomy. Let me tell you this. Why, a normal person has a bend of about 12 degrees as they walk. With Sasquatch, it's more like 19. Why would you walk like that?
Unless you had big rubber feet and you try not to trip on sticks and such. Out there, fucking waddling around. Do I know? No, I don't know. I might be wrong. Do I know that that's really Bigfoot? Of course I don't. But I'm guessing. Here's why. the Patterson footage was named after a guy named Roger Patterson who filmed it, who was a known con man who went to jail for writing a bad check to pay for the very camera he used to film Bigfoot. Number 2, he found Bigfoot the first fucking day he went looking. And number 3, a guy named Bob Hieronymus wore the Bigfoot outfit, passed a lie detector test saying he wore a Bigfoot outfit. I told this dude, and he goes, doesn't mean it wasn't really Bigfoot on that film. What you have to understand is, what if they went out there to do a hoax, and as they got out there, the real Bigfoot showed up, and they captured it on film? Could you imagine the mind fuck? Of going out there with intent to deceive, yeah, man. It's a female Sasquatch outfit, so he's adjusting these rubber breasts, he's zipping it up, getting in place, and he turns around, and the real Bigfoot's there, and he's jacking off, just looking at you. And he just charges, and you trip over those big stupid feet, and Bigfoot's on you. And the cameraman's going, what do you want me to do, man? Should I keep filming? First verifiable Bigfoot footage is Bigfoot fucking a dude in a Bigfoot outfit. No one knows what to do. Even TMZ is like, that a guy in a monkey suit getting fucked by a guy in a way better monkey suit? What are we looking at, man? It'd be the ultimate cry wolf. Like, he's real, I know he's real. Ha! This is the only time ever when someone gets raped where you're allowed to ask, what were you wearing? Because normally that's the most rude question you could ever ask when someone's a victim of sexual assault. Unless you tell me that you were fucked by some shit that's not real. You're allowed to break protocol. You know? You know that moment, there's a moment when you're talking to crazy people where you realize they're crazy? Like, you just seemed a little off, and then they'll say something where you could just say anything to them. You know? Like, you think Bigfoot's real? Not only do I know Bigfoot's real, but he fucked me. What were you wearing? You can have that fucked up smile on your face. What? Bigfoot's real. All of those things are real. Aliens, they're all real. The government tries to hide it because chaos would ensue if everybody knew. I think aliens come to Earth just to fuck around. I really do. I really think that's why they come in the middle of the night. And I think that's also why they haven't saved us. What would you do if you were an intelligent species from another planet? Would you teach us anything? Imagine if we showed up in some strange part of the Congo where people had never been. We found some super advanced chimpanzees that had invented cell phones and rocket launchers, and all they were doing is taking pictures of their dick and shooting each other in the face. We'd be like, whoa, 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 what the fuck are you guys doing? Give me that. Hey, cut the shit. Why hasn't someone done that to us? They're not coming. And if they did, man, we would have to explain a lot of shit. Because a lot of our society operates on this weird momentum. We pretend things are normal. And we just keep doing the same shit over and over again because it's a tradition. Like circumcision, like a lot of weird shit that people do. Why do they do it? They do it because they've always done it. But at a certain point in time, are we gonna keep doing it that way? Like, what if we had to explain it? Like, if aliens came down here and we had to explain human culture, what would be the most confusing thing to explain? Kim Kardashian. It's not even a joke. Not that there's anything wrong with her. She seems like a reasonable, nice person. She doesn't seem mean. I got no problem with her. But if you had to explain why she's the most famous woman on the planet, it would be a little difficult. If they were like, what's going on? Why her? You'd be like, ooh. That is the most famous female on the planet, by the way. I see some of you shaking your head. Who's more famous? Oprah? No sex tape. She wins. Fame. What's fame? People paying attention to you. I really think that's the most famous person on the planet. That's a female. And if you were talking to aliens, you'd be like, how did that happen? Do you guys know what football is? You'd have to explain football. Because you'd have to explain O.J. Simpson. And if you're gonna really, truly tell the Kim Kardashian tale correctly, you'd have to go, football is the great American pastime. And what it is our #1 sport. We take the biggest super athletes and we pat them up. And it's all about moving the ball across the line, okay? The ball goes across that line, everybody gets fucking pumped, because that means we scored. But if the ball goes across that line, everybody gets really sad, because that means they scored, okay? So more people watch football than vote for president. It's our #1 thing. Now, O.J. Simpson was really good at football, so he fucked a lot of white chicks. And he got crazy and he married one of them. And what marriage is you write some shit down on paper, and then when the woman gets tired of your nonsense, she can leave and have sex with new men, but you have to continue sending her money. Yeah, well, OJ wasn't buying that either. So, he allegedly got a thing called a kitchen knife, and he found his ex-wife alone with another man, and he put the knife in their bodies until they stopped being alive, and then he hired a team of legal assassins to get him out of trouble. And they worked their verbal wizardry. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. And all this craziness. And OJ walked on all charges. But Kardashian and Johnny Cochran died young of cancer. Now, I don't know if karma really is a motherfucker, but if you got a better example, tweet it my way. You know what I'm saying? But this is not Kim's fault. And Kim is Robert Kardashian's daughter. And when a dad leaves behind a daughter, it leaves a hole. There's a void. Men need moms, and girls need dads. There's this weird thing that happens. We have a yin and a yang. And when a young girl grows up without a father, a lot of times they develop this exorbitant need for male attention. And it can manifest itself in some really sad ways. Like they can become strippers, or they become prostitutes, or in Kim's case, she fucked this black guy with a giant dick, and she filmed it. And then it got on the internet, and she was like, how'd that get out there? She went on from that to make 50 times more than the president of the United States. Those are real numbers. If you went to Harvard Business School and said, listen, I'm thinking about starting a business. I want to make about 50 times more than the president. Here's my plan. I'm gonna fuck an R&B singer with a giant dick, and I'm gonna film it. And that's it. They would be like, get the fuck out of our office. You don't know shit about business. But meanwhile, they were wrong. They're wrong, and she's right. A woman with a fake ass makes 50 times more than the commander-in-chief of the greatest army the world has ever known. And the aliens would be like, we're gonna fucking kill you all. Okay? Oh my God, you could have stopped at football. We're gonna kill you at football. What are you doing? You people have nukes and the internet, and you're watching Duck Dynasty. Yeah! Woo! Well, I boycotted it until they brought back Phil. They took him off, man, for saying some shit we all believe. Took him off, man. This is the year of old people saying ridiculous shit, right? The Duck Dynasty guy, the Clippers guy. Old people say Donald Sterling is 82 years old, and he got in trouble. They took his team away because he told his girlfriend, I don't want you taking pictures with black guys. And everybody's like, that is crazy. On the same sentence, he said, I don't mind if you fuck them. And somehow or another, that just got swept under the rug. I don't mind if you fuck them, just please don't take pictures with them. Where I'm from, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, think about it this way. What if he reversed it? What if he said, listen, I don't mind if you take pictures with black guys, but please don't fuck them. People would be like, that's pretty reasonable. But because he said it the other way, he's a racist. He's old as fuck. Why are you asking him questions? Why are you recording him and taking him? Why can't you take his conversation out of context, record it, and just play it for the world and take away his team? Because he's old. Do you see his skin? Yeah, his brain looks like that too. The whole thing's fucking falling apart. He doesn't know what's going on. It's the same thing for the Duck Dynasty guy. They're talking to this old Duck Dynasty guy, and they take what he said and they blow it up. This is all he said. They were talking to him, and he goes, I'll tell you what I don't get. I don't get how a man looks at another man's anus and chooses that over a woman's vagina. I don't get it. I'm here to tell you, I don't get it either. But here's the thing, I don't have to get it. I don't get yellow cars. I don't get it. I don't want to buy a yellow car. I don't think you should go to jail. I don't think you should go to hell because you like yellow cars. I don't get the Grateful Dead. I get it. You get it. I don't get it. I get that you get it, but I don't get it. I don't get Barbie dolls. Obviously, they sell a lot of fucking Barbie dolls. You don't have to like everything, motherfucker. People are pretty goddamn different. Should you leave those poor gay folk alone? I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things. I got a question for you. Why are you wearing camo? I see you, motherfucker. I'm looking right at you. You're not blending in. You're in a kitchen. You knew you were gonna be in a kitchen. You wore that shit on purpose. What's wrong with that dude? I'll tell you what's wrong with him. What's wrong with most people that are fucked up? They don't have good friends. They don't have anybody that goes, come here, man, come here. Give me a hug. Come here, dude. Listen, man. Listen, dude. No one wants to fuck you. Okay? Gay, straight, that shit's over. It's over. Well, you don't know. I know, dude. I'm telling you, I know. Better leave those gay people alone. They're not born gay. Listen, man, leave them alone. Stop. They'll come at you. If the gay folks decide to come at them, if the gay folks decided to attack duck hunting, they could fuck it up pretty quickly. They could ruin that party very quickly. If I was the strategist for the gay community, they came to me, they're like, we gotta get back at those Duck Dynasty guys. What do you think we should do? I'd be like, this is what you're gonna do. From now on, you're gonna do all your gay porn in camo. Every gay porn from now on takes place in a duck blind. And every gay porn from now on starts out with a black guy going, man, something about duck hunting make me horny. And right when he says it, a white guy in handcuffs drops down and blows him. Every porn starts that way. All they would have to do is have a unified front, agree to that, and they would win. They would take that shit over, the same way they took over the rainbow. They own the fucking rainbow. It's theirs. It happened in my lifetime. When I was a kid, rainbows meant leprechauns and pots of gold. It didn't mean dudes butt fucking. They did that inside of my life. I saw it happen. Their victory is absolute. Their victory is so strong that if I came on this stage with a rainbow t-shirt on, at least 10 dudes in the room would be like, I fucking knew it. No, they won, man. They won. They won. It's theirs. We gave them the rainbow. Nobody's fighting it. We would have to give them camo, too. They would take that shit over. And that's not even the end. Next, they're going after the beards. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, beards don't mean anything to straight people. It's just a look. For a gay dude, that comes in handy. Like, I'm a pervert, but I'm a straight pervert. I never fucked a man's mouth, but I gotta imagine. When you're giving a man a good mouth fucking, they probably panic. Dudes start sweating, probably makes it real hard to hold on to their face. But when you got a beard like that growing out of your face, oh, you could wrap your arm around that motherfucker like you're walking a bad dog. Plus, that beard's old and dry like a hemp rope, so it absorbs moisture. And get a good old grip on that beard. Pull him backwards out of that duck blind and give him that old country mouth fucking he's looking for. I'm not looking for a country mouth fucking. I'm just trying to enjoy the great outdoors. Let go of my face. Oh, you dirty tease with your camo and your beard. You're looking for that old woodsman's mouth fucking. I know what she's up to. That's a pro-gay joke. It's possible. All things are possible through Christ. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So the problem with people that are homophobic is that you don't want to ever be labeled homophobic, so you'll let gay people say some ridiculous shit and not call them on it. And that's not good for gay people. Okay? Everybody should be called on their bullshit. Because when we say ridiculous shit, someone's supposed to go, bitch, what? And if no one says bitch what when you say ridiculous shit, you're hanging around with the wrong group of people. It's important, because sometimes gay people say silly shit too. People don't like to call them on it, like Morrissey. You know who Morrissey is? He's the lead singer of the Smiths, brilliant musician, beautiful voice, but he's a silly bitch. And he's doing this interview. He's gay and he's a vegan, so you know he's got the best sense of humor. Oh, those gay vegans, they let it all roll off their back. They're interviewing him. They're interviewing him, and he's in this article, he's talking about war. He's like, war is a heterosexual invention. If men were gay, there'd be no war. And I'm looking at my computer going, he's right! Because if all men were gay, there'd be no people. What the fuck did you just say? Do you know how they make people? It doesn't come from men making out listening to depressing music, all right? What? That's not right. You can't just say that, first of all, because it's not historically accurate. Because some of the greatest warriors throughout history have been gay as fuck, all right? The Spartans were gay as fuck. They'd go campaigning and come back shaved and oily. The Greeks were so gay, the mere mention of the word Greek automatically connects you to anal sex. Right? In your head, you think, yeah, that's right. Alexander the Great, gay as fuck. Julius Caesar, gay as fuck. Hitler, vegetarian. Basically the same shit in my book. Look, gay people say silly shit. That's all I'm saying. They certainly shouldn't be judged. They certainly shouldn't be marginalized. But you can't let them get goofy. I mean, this is on stage only. I have, like, arguments with gay people, but in real life, I'm pretty passive about stuff. But I did get in one minor disagreement with a lesbian once. But when I tell you the story, it's gonna make sense. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't my fault. Everyone involved was drunk. It was late. And she was making out with her girlfriend and doing one of those weird taunting things that people sometimes do when they get drunk. They just forget, like, yeah, woo, look at us, oh yeah. And she was more of like the Fred Flintstone-looking lesbian, and her girlfriend was more of a Betty Rubble type, more slender, and she's doing a lot of hair pulling. They're kissing each other, and she's like kissing her girlfriend, and yeah, taunting us. And then finally she goes, sorry, boys, she only likes girls. My dick's always hard. We're just looking at each other, so I go, what's your secret? You know, when someone says something like that, maybe they know some things you know. I go, your dick's always hard? She goes, it's a strap-on. I go, having a strap-on and thinking it's a dick is like having a lighter and thinking you're a dragon. That might be the dumbest thing anybody's ever said in that spot. That's ridiculous. It's not a dick, it's rubber. You don't feel it. It's black, you're white. It doesn't make babies. It's attached to a tool belt. You want me to keep going? You know, if I put a quarter in my butt, it doesn't make it a bank. This is crazy. You don't even know how to use that thing. No, unless you're doing a lot of steroids and deadlifts, where are you getting the lower back muscles to give someone a proper fucking? You're not. You're not! She doesn't know. Why does she not know? Probably because nobody called her on her bullshit. She probably doesn't have a lot of straight friends. My dick's always hard. Oh, bitch, please. Stop. Someone needs to tell her, that way she wouldn't do it again. That's what life's about. You say ridiculous shit, people laugh at it, and you go, oh, I'm fucking ridiculous. And then you grow. You grow and you learn. She didn't get the opportunity. Why? Because men and lesbians never hang out. We don't. Women and gay men hang out all the time. Like, my wife has gay friends. She pals around with gay dudes and sends back pictures from gay clubs. She sent me back a picture the other day of these two dudes belt looping. You know what belt looping is? That's when guys are rubbing cock and they grab belt loops so they could rub cock harder. And these guys are all sleek and six-packy and they're kissing each other like this. And my wife stands in front of them and goes like this. And I'm at home, my phone buzzes, and I go, ah! And I start jogging in place. My kids are trying to grab the phone. No, fuck you. No, you're not old enough to look at that yet. But is there a double standard in my house? Yes, of course there is. Yeah, do you think I can go out gallivanting with topless lesbian pals while they made out behind me and I send home pictures like this? That's the creepiest face you can make while still smiling, right? No, it's like, that's, can't do that. That's not, no. There's a double standard. Double standards are there for a fucking reason, okay? There's a gang of them and they should be there. I hate when people try to use the term, everyone's equal. Should be equal standards for everyone. Bullshit, okay? You can't have men with topless lesbians. Why? Because they'll jerk off. They'll pull their dick out. A guy wouldn't even realize his dick was out until he was getting arrested. He'd be like, oh, shit, no. I thought I was just thinking it. I didn't. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, my life is over. Women are allowed to be around gay men. Why? Because they believe in them. Women believe in gay men. If a woman sees two guys making out, she goes, oh, those are gay men. A man sees two women making out, he goes, oh, I know they think they're gay. But what's really going on is I ain't just got a piece of this sweet dick yet. Yeah, it's just not the same. You show me a woman who likes watching guys fuck, and I'll show you a crazy bitch that's gonna burn your house down, right? That's not something a gal looks forward to accidentally seeing. You know, if a woman gets the wrong hotel key and she opens it up and two men are in there having sex, that's like being on The Walking Dead and you turn a corner and you catch a zombie in the middle of eating a corpse. And the zombie has to decide whether or not to keep eating that or chase you. You wouldn't like rationalize, oh, they only like men, I'm in no danger. You'd get the fuck out of there as quick as you could. With men, it's a completely different scenario. If a guy gets the wrong hotel key and he opens it up and there's two lesbians in there, that's like opening up your back door and finding a deer in your yard. You know those amazing, unexpected moments where you open that door, like, shut the fuck up. And just try to stay so still. Just don't move. And just hope they don't look over. And if they do look over, you go, it's okay. It's okay. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Smell my hand. Smell my hand. I love the show, The Game of Thrones, but I hate everybody who read the books. It's weird. It's a conundrum. I don't hate that they read the books. I hate that they have to tell me they read the books. You know, there's one of those things that people do where they tell you they read the book just to let you know that they read. You know? They always say the same thing. You're like, oh, Game of Thrones is the best show. You go, the book's even better. No, it's not. It's never better to not see something, you fuck. I know what you're doing. You just want me to know you read the book. Oh, the book's better, really. I watch the show, I see naked people have sex and then sword fight to death. And you're sitting there with your eyes closed. Oh, I could only imagine what that would be like. It's better if I don't even see. Fuck you, you fake smarty pants. I know exactly what you're doing. Fake ass smarty pants. They just want you to know they read. That's all it is. It's the thing that people do to let you know they're awesome. You like sneak it in, and it's so transparent. It makes you go, but you can't say anything. You're like, They also do it when they tell you about they're vegan. That's one of the things that people do. They sneak it in. Well, you know, as a vegan, I feel, I've only known you for a minute. Amazing. Are there any surprise vegans? I don't think they exist. I don't think anybody has ever had to say, I didn't know you were a vegan. No, they fucking tell you. They can't wait to spit it out. It's like they're holding their breath when they meet you. Oh, I'm a vegan. Woo! Glad I got that out so I could start talking about my diet. It's almost like the plants hypnotize them. Like if you eat enough plants, they go, tell others about us. Let them know the benefits. You are spiritually enriching. You are better than them. You are far more awesome. Well, as a vegan, as an awesome person, I feel they get all bendy. You know, it's like, basically, I'm not threatening, and I'm eating vegetables only. I'm different than anyone else you know. Why are they so ridiculous? Why is this true? Why does this annoy people? And it doesn't annoy me about most people. There's a lot of people that are vegan that are great, but it's the 10% that are annoying as fuck that are worth talking about. You know? There's like the 10%. And what is wrong with them? Why do they say such silly shit? It's really simple. They don't get enough nutrients. They don't realize what they're saying is silly. You need cholesterol to form your own opinions, all right? They say ridiculous shit that's easy to refute. It's the only explanation. Like they don't think it all the way through. Like here's the big one that vegans love to say. So if this ever comes up, please feel free to use this. They all like to use this one. Do you know that humans are the only animal that drink the milk of other animals? Like, whoa, that's so crazy. You know what else only people do? Fly planes, make movies, call each other on the phone and tell each other how awesome milk is. What the fuck kind of goofy ass point is that? That is so poorly thought out. Are you trying to say that other animals don't want milk? You ever give your dog a bowl of milk? He's like, dude, where the fuck did you get this shit? He doesn't stop and go, hey man, is this organic, free-range dog milk? Because if it's not, fuck off, pig. No, your dog can't believe it's cold. How is it cold when it's warm outside? Are you a wizard? Your dog would eat a bowl of dog assholes if you put it in his bowl, all right? This idea that it's a moral quandary. Should I drink milk? No, they're too fucking dumb to farm. That's what's going on. You seen a dog with thumbs that can talk? Shut the fuck up then. Oh my God, this is the craziest conversation. Oh man, you think you're funny and I'll tell all the jokes you want, but milk is bad for you. Milk causes cancer. I got news for you. If you get cancer from milk, you're a fucking pussy. Okay? My grandfather ate cigarettes and he lived to be 1,000. Bob died, he was only 25. What happened? Dairy. Bro, he was eating yogurt and he died. He died doing what he loved. Guy lived on the edge. The fuck are you talking about? You guys need to eat a steak and go run up a hill. Do some squats or something. What the fuck are you doing? The weak will inherit the earth. Stop it. They don't eat honey. That's how you know vegans are completely ridiculous. The real hardcore vegans, they don't eat honey, and they love to say this. Well, you can, but I don't. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't know I could have honey. But I'm still below you, though, right? Oh, you're better. Honey! Fucking honey! You don't have to kill to get honey. You just take it with smoke. You blow smoke on them, and you take it. That's it. They don't even know it's gone. They don't even get mad. And this motherfucker was like, you really think it's cool those bees just work for people? Okay, yeah, it's kind of fucked up, right? Because you know what bees do when they're not making honey? Nothing! They don't have other jobs. It's not like they're on their way to bee stunt driving school and they got kidnapped and forced to work in the white man's honey factory. No, they're cunty little shitty bugs with one job. They make honey, and they only live to be a week. They only live a week. They die of old age in a week. And they die doing everything. They die when they sting you, and the male honeybee has sex, his dick breaks off, and he bleeds out. That is literally nature telling you to go fuck yourself. I don't see it that way, man. I don't fucking see it that way, okay? I think of all animals in the universe as unique and individual and equal, and when I see a penis dying, I feel the same way as if a loved one was passing, and I see this noble bee, and I'm like, noble bee, you stung even though you knew you were going to die. Why did you do it? And the bee's like, I saw a baby next to me in the grass, and I was like, fuck that baby. Team people, bitch. Team people. The reason why we're still here, someone way smarter than you figured out how to steal honey with smoke. My God, you silly fuck. Agave tastes like shit. It tastes like shit. You stop, and it's bad for you, too. And by the way, what's all this naming shit like vegan chicken? Why are you using terms that are regular food? Vegan chicken? You're eating vegan chicken. You know a chicken's an animal, and you gotta kill it to eat it? Why? Isn't that what you don't want to do? Why are you pretending your plant is an animal that you killed? Being a vegan that eats fake chicken, that's like being a pediatrician that likes to kick rubber babies. What's your fucking weird end game here, man? Why are you calling that vegan ice cream? It is vegan ice cream. No, it's not. No. Ice cream has cream in it. Cream is from fucking cows, dummy. You can't have vegan ice cream. You need to make a new noise with your face that means that shit, okay? There's no cream in it. You're a liar. What you have is some frozen tofu bullshit that tastes like sadness, all right? Thank you very much. You guys have been fantastic. I had a great fucking time. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming out. It means the world to me. Thank you very much.